Pre-trip inspection. Perform a safe start. Turn the key to the on position. Tell and show the examiner that the ABS inside and outside light came on the driver's side of the trailer and came off in dash. Also, the def light also came on and off. Then turn the engine on. Traffic monitoring devices, including mirrors. Mirrors are cleaned and adjusted for the driver from the inside. If equipped, inspect that rear and side mirror devices or cameras are clean and in working condition. Dash light indicators. Make sure to point to each one as you do them, left to right, four-way flashers, and high beams. So you're going to be pointing at your left turn signal. It's working. Your right turn signal is working. Your four-way flashers are working. And your high beams is working properly. Windshield. Inspect that the windshield is clean and there are no obstructions, no damage, no cracks, no flaws on the glass. Wipers and washers. Wiper arm and blades are secure. No damage, no rubber is not dry rotted. Has proper tension to the window and working properly by turning them on and off. Show that washer fluid is working properly by turning them on. Heater and defroster. Turn on the heater and defroster. Put your hand over the defroster to show air is blowing. Then put your hand at the bottom to show that the air is coming out. Horns. Identify city horn and the air horn. Show that each one is working. Emergency pop-out test. Tell the examiner that the trailer and tractor brakes should pop out between 20 psi and 45 psi. Fan the brakes down until they pop out. Tell the examiner what the psi was that they both popped out at. Sometimes they pop out at the same time. Light operation check. Ask the examiner if he can help check all the lights on the tractor and trailer. The front, side, and rear of the vehicle, left to right. Turn signals, four-way flashers, tail lights, brake lights, and clearance and maker lights. Once completed, turn the truck off and exit the vehicle. Air brake inspection. Parking brake check. Release the trailer brake. Pull the yellow button out. Push the red button in. Put the trailer in low gear. Tug against the brake lightly, making sure the trailer brakes are holding. Trailer brake check. Release the tractor brake. Pull the red button out, push the yellow button in. Put the tractor into low gear. Tug the tractor lightly to make sure the tractor brakes hold. Also indicate that there is no play in my kingpin or locking jaw. Service brake check. Release both brakes. Put the truck into third gear. Make sure the tractor gets to 5 miles an hour. Hands gently on the wheel, apply the brakes firmly, and begin to stop. Let the examiner know that the steering wheel did not move left or right and the brakes are working properly. Set the brakes. Pull out both brakes to set the brakes. Chock the wheels. Safely exit the vehicle while maintaining 3 points of contact. Put the chocks between the wheels. Release the brakes. Get back into the vehicle and release the brakes. Air gauge and governor cutoff check. Let the air pressure build to full governor cutoff. That's at 125 psi to 140 psi. Tell the examiner when the governor cuts out at. Air leakage test. Shut off the engine. Return the key to the on position. Tell the examiner that you will be looking not to lose no more than 4 psi's in 1 minute in the combination vehicle. Fully apply the brakes. Once the air gauge has stabilized, tell the examiner where the psi is. Then start the 1 minute. Low pressure warning light and buzzer test. Tell the examiner that you will be fanning the brakes till the light and buzzer comes on, which should be approximately 60 psi. Tell the examiner where the psi was when the when the light and buzzer went off. External inspection. Go to the front of the vehicle and tell them that the truck is not leaning left to right or front to back, which would indicate a suspension problem. Lenses. Inspect the light lenses on the front of the vehicle that they are the proper color, they are clean and not broken or missing, and open the hood. Fluids and leaks. Coolest tank is between minimum and maximum level. Power steering reservoir is between minimum and maximum. Oil dipstick is between minimum and maximum. Hoses and air leaks. Look under the vehicle to make sure there are no puddles on the ground from the engine or transmission. Check all hoses and air lines for leaks and conditions. Steering system. The power steering box is securely mounted and does not leak. Steering hoses are not cracked, worn, or leaking. Pitman arm, drag link, upper and lower control arms, and tie rods are securely mounted from the gearbox to my wheel. No broken, cracked, or damaged joints and shocks are not worn or loosed. Not missing any nuts, bolts, or cutter pins. Front and rear spring hangers. Inspect the front and rear spring hangers. They are not broken, cracked, or damaged and have no missing parts. Leaf springs. Your leaf springs is not missing, shaft, cracked, or broken. Shock absorbers. is not broken, cracked, or damaged, and not leaking. Brake lines and fittings. Hoses are not cracked or worn, are frayed, and are not leaking. All fittings are secured. Brake contaminants. No contaminations on the brake line, pads, or brake drums or the rotors. Tires. Tread depth should be measured with the tread depth gauge with no less than 432 on the steering tire and no less than 2/32 on all other tires. Tires should be the same size across the axle, no cuts or damage, no bulges on the side walls. Valve stems should have a valve stove cap and not leaking. Tire inflation should be measured with the tire pressure gauge. Rims. No broken, crack, or damage. Not bent. No illegal welds or rust trails, which might indicate the rim is loose. Lug nuts, holes, and studs are not distorted or loose or missing nuts or bolts. Lug nuts. All lug nuts are present. Lug nut studs are not broken. No signs of rust, trails, or shiny threads, which might indicate a loose lug nut. Lenses and reflectors. Point to the lenses on the side of the trailer and tractor, both left to right, are in proper color and are clean and not broken or missing. Traffic monitoring device include mirrors. Check that your mirrors is not cracked and is clean. The bracket is properly mounted and secured, not broken, cracked, or damaged. It has no missing parts. If equipped with the camera or monitoring device, they must be cleaned and can be viewed from inside of the trailer. Battery and electrical system. Make sure the battery door is properly mounted by moving it up and down 2 or 3 times. Open the door and check the battery are secured, mounted, and the cables are secured. No cracks or warns. Connections are tight and show no signs of excessive corrosion. Fuel and depth tank. Point to the depth and fuel tank and lines. They are securely mounted. Caps are tight, and no leaks from the tank or the lines. Emergency equipment. Check the fire extinguisher is properly mounted and secured and is charged to the green. Check for the 3 reflectors, triangles, and the 6 fuses. Air and electrical line connections. Check air and electrical connectors on the tractor and trailer to ensure that they are properly seated and sealed, free of damage, and locked into place. Check air hoses and electrical lines are not cut, cracked, shaved, sliced, taped, or worn. Make sure they're not tangled, crimped, or pinched, and that they are not dragging on the frame or on the ground. The frame. The frame and cross member on the tractor and trailer are not cracked, no broken wells. The trailer frame and cross members have no cracks, broke, or holes on the trailer floor. Fifth wheel assembly. Apron and gaps. Apron is not bent, cracked, or broken. There should be no gaps between the apron and the skid plate. Fifth wheel skid plate. It is properly mounted to the platform. It is not broken, cracked, or damaged. No excessive wear. It is properly lubed. Sliding fifth wheel lock pin. Pin are in the lock position and not damaged. Got to make sure your pin is in the lock position and not damaged. Release arm. Release arm is in the lock position. Locking jaws. Look into the fifth wheel gap and check that the locking jaws are wrapped around the shank of the kingpin. Kingpin. Kingpin is securely mounted, not bent, damaged, or worn. Modified on. Landing gear and clearance. The landing gear is fully raised, no missing parts, cracked handles, is in the stowaway position. That your handles in the stowaway position. The landing pad and support frames are not damaged. There's a proper clearance between the tractor frame and the landing gear so it can make turns. Tandem release lever. Check that the tandem release lever and locking pin are in the lock position. Reflective tape. Check the reflective tape on the trailer side and the back trailer. Make sure it's in. Make sure that it is present and affixed securely to the trailer. Rear of trailer. Lenses and reflectors are properly colored, cleaned, and not broken or missing.